New you is undefinable. October 17, 2016. Dear ones, it's time to use your new skills developed as a result of discovering more about new you. Even though many of you remain in disbelief that you are any different from that which was true 5 years or even 1 month ago, such is an accurate assessment of who you now are. Perhaps you do not feel that difference for a variety of reasons, most notably that new you is the CEO of your totality. So new you is dominantly you with new helpers and assistants. You have transitioned beyond your guides, angels, and most of your council, for you are a member of your council with greater transition knowledge than any other member. So it is that even though we of the ethers can prod you and give you hints here and there, as you develop more clearly into new you, we can no longer fully comprehend your capabilities. Perhaps it would be easier to understand if you remember how filled with joy you were the first time you held your infant son or daughter, knowing that they were a unique individual, but not sure what they would experience throughout their life. So it is for us. We love you dearly, but we do not comprehend how your past, present, and future experiences will play out during or after this transition. You are a new universal entity, just beginning to realize that kicking your feet and feeling with your fingers is enjoyable. Yes, you are in the baby stage of your new creation, for you created new you. But a baby stage far more developed than anything you can imagine. For many of you, personal computers are a relatively new invention. Yet, your children and grandchildren cannot comprehend life without computers, nor do they have a fear of computer technology, for they were computer savvy before they were born. Such is how your skills and paths will become commonplace among those of the future. But for now, we are speaking to you about your new being and therefore, new skills. Test your new skills, for you can do no wrong in doing so. What is your dominant thought this moment? Is it an ongoing dream, fear, or request? That thought is that with which you will test your skills. Perhaps you have no idea what we are speaking of, for your dominant thought seems unattainable. For many such is true, but not for you. Granted, your new skills will feel somewhat cumbersome, perhaps even difficult at first. Just as infants have difficulties picking up small objects or crawling until they have practiced a bit. You declared self-love, and therefore, greatly expanded your personal repertoire. Now it is time to act upon those skills. The first months or weeks of your new skill experiences will seem somewhat unwieldy, just as when as an infant you were given a rattle that you waved so wildly you hit your head. You did not give up until you learned how to shake that rattle. And once you did, you moved to other objects, other skills. So it is for you now. Stop for just a moment to crystallize your dream, your dominant need within your being, and know you have the skills to achieve it. Some of you are questioning that thought, for your dominant need is to have another person love or accept you. Ah! What you truly wish for is the experience of love or acceptance. For if another were to appear that produced the same feelings within you as is true for your current love object, you would be joyous. So it is that it is beyond time to wish for a certain someone or something, and instead to generalize what you are dreaming of. It is no longer your concern how that dream is fulfilled, for you are now a natural creator. Creating those sensations you dream of in the way most right for your being. You no longer need to be concerned about the specifics. Such as was true of 3D when your creative skills were limited to focusing on one item long enough to create at least a portion of what you wanted, as well as allowing you to retain some of your creation skills. Now that you are no longer boxed in with the shoulds and have tos of 3D, you are free to create those pieces right for new you. Which seems somewhat difficult because you feel little different from just months ago. Yet, you opened your being to a new totality with new creation skills. Perhaps those skills need a bit of honing, just as is true for an infant with a rattle. But also just as true as for an infant, your world of possibilities is so vast as to not be tallied now or at any time in the future. Think of the first time your infant eyes focused. And then imagine all that happened to infant you, following that. Such is your world now. It is so far beyond any past expectations that it is no longer definable. That is new you. That is the you who no longer needs in-depth assistance to forge ahead. For you are creating a new world and new universes as you deploy your new talents in ways no one, least of all you, can now imagine. Allow that to be. So be it. Amen. Channeled by Brenda Hoffman. www.lifetapestrycreations.com